Strap in, folks. Today we're diving deep into the shocking brawl that took place at an Atlanta airport coffee shop. From espresso shots to real life shots of conflict. Learn how this astounding event unfolded and what it means for workplace confrontations. You won't want to miss out. Welcome, fam, to the Sweet Life Podcast, embracing a sweeter path to personal growth and fulfillment. I'm here, Texas Brown Sugar, to nourish your mind, body, and soul with topics that empower and inspire you. Enjoy me each week as we delve into a variety of subjects that will help you lead a more purposeful and joyful life. Pay gap for Black women continues. Terari P. Henson sparked new conversations about pay inequality for Black women in Hollywood during the press tour for the musical film adaptation of The Color Purple. Henson shared her experiences with dispiriting work conditions and industry disparities, discussing the toll it has taken on her mental health. Now, a misunderstanding sparked internet speculation about a feud between Henson and Oprah Winfrey. Now, y'all know we love to talk about beef. I don't know why we want to start beef with people that ain't even got beef. But Henson quickly shut down those rumors and clarified that Oprah had been a supportive presence on the set. The push for equal treatment extends beyond just this one film, with Henson highlighting past instances of being undervalued and overlooked as a Black actress. Henson's advocacy echoes similar sentiments from other Black actresses such as Viola Davis and Monique, who have also spoken out about pay disparities in Hollywood. My question to you, fam, is have you ever negotiated equal pay? And if so, do you have any tips and tricks? I know myself, I have not mastered it. I have experienced it. My counterpart, who was male and was not Caucasian, but was Armenian, had similar background to myself. I actually had a few more years under my belt, and I found out he was getting paid more than I was. And I didn't know how to address that. I never did address it with HR. And so I'm wondering, what's the best way to do this? How do you handle this? I mean, can you go to HR and say, hey, I know this person makes more than me? What's the best steps? Y'all need to help me out because I don't know how to handle that. And the stats are alarming. I don't know why I'm shocked. I guess because it's 2024 and you've got the whole feminism movement, but even still, Black women make 38% less than white men in the workforce. Now let's break that down. That means that if I, as a Black woman, were making $50,000 at my job, that my white male counterpart is making $69,000. That's a difference of $19,000. Do you know what I could do with $19,000? Do you know what activities I could pay for my kids? what investments I could put that money into, that's a huge difference. I don't know, fam. Do you think racial and gender pay gap will ever be fully closed? I don't think so. I think, and I know I'll probably get some slack for this, but I wholeheartedly believe that there are jobs out there that were not designed for women. I know you all have heard me say before that God created us as women and he designed us for a specific role. And because of that, I also believe that there are certain jobs that are not designed for us. Now, don't get it twisted, don't get my words twisted, because I'm not saying that we can't do those jobs. I'm not saying that at all. I believe that we can do a lot of things. I just don't believe they were designed for women. And so, because of that, I do believe that we will always have a gap. But I also believe that we're getting closer to closing that gap as much as possible. But I really don't think it's going to ever close. I don't know, fam. Let me know. Am I right? Am I wrong? What are you thinking? But what's also concerning to me is the fact that, not only does this gap affect your pay, but it also affects your career progression. Because if you're on the lower end of the salary range, it's going to take longer for you to get to that middle range that will eventually lead you to another promotion. And so it'll take you longer to climb up that ladder because there is a pay difference. As you know, if you're going to get promoted within the company, getting more than a 10 or 20% increase is almost unheard of. Most of the times, in order for you to get a 20% increase in pay, you've got to leave the company. And so these pay gaps not only affect your pay, but it also affects how well you can climb that ladder. In what ways do you think we can advocate for equal pay? I don't know. Dogs over parenthood. Now, I'm not an animal lover. I have never really owned a pet as a child, primarily because my father and my brother are severely allergic to animals with fur. We did have a goldfish. She lasted a very long time, Goldie. And also, my mother has a fear of dogs because of an incident that occurred when she was a child. And so I cannot really empathize or sympathize with this because I'm not an animal lover. So a lot of you guys are gonna have to help me out with this. But CNBC had an article out where they spoke about Americans are increasingly choosing to have pets instead of having children. According to a survey of 1,000 dog owners nationwide. Now, 38% of those dog owners made the decision to get a pet instead of having a child. The main reasons for this trend are the high cost of raising children and the convenience of owning a pet. Age and location also play a significant role in this decision, with younger Americans more likely to choose pets over parenthood. Dogs are not only impacting decisions about having children, but also other major life choices such as careers, relationships, and housing. Dogs play a role in career and romantic decisions for 50% of those that were surveyed, and housing decisions for over 60%. Amazing. As dogs become more important in people's lives, pet insurance is becoming a popular way to ensure that furry family members receive proper health care. So much so that I was watching a Netflix documentary, Rich Life, and on one of the episodes, one of those who trying to turn their life around financially indicated that he had a checking account for his dog to help offset the cost of feeding and taking care of him with shots, vaccinations, medical care. Yet the young man did not have a savings account. That blew my mind. I'm like, that sounds like something you do for a child. And again, I don't have a pet. I've never grown accustomed to that. So it's a little different for me and difficult for me to understand this. But for those people who are fur mothers, fur daddies, I don't know. Have you ever regretted choosing pets over children? I mean, the article also indicated as dogs become more important in people's lives, that they're choosing how romantically involved they get with people. I guess if the other people are not dog lovers, they're not getting close to them. I don't know. I just think this is very interesting. How did we get to this place where people are not wanting kids? Is it social media? Is it our parents? Is it the way we were raised that we're like, hey, I don't ever want to bring a child up the way that I was. I'm going to get a dog instead. I don't know. Y'all tell me, fam, because to me, I don't think I could put that much because it takes a lot. I talk to dog owners and they got to get up in the middle of the night and sometimes walk their dogs, or early in the morning to walk their dogs. I don't know. It's not for me. And of course, having children's not for everyone. But for those fur mothers and fur fathers, let me know in the comments. You're choosing dog over a child. Let me know why. I'm curious. I want to know. Next in the news, Doja Cat. Doja Cat was assaulted. Doja Cat, a 28-year-old female rapper and singer, her mother filed for a restraining order against Doja's brother Roman for allegedly abusing both her and Doja. According to court documents, Roman verbally and physically assaulted Doja, knocking out her teeth and leaving cuts and bruises. Roman was also physically abusive toward their mother on several occasions over the past year, including choking and threatening to kill her. Doja's mother claims Roman stole and destroyed some of Doja's belongings. Previous temporary restraining orders, they had one previously, that's kind of scary, against Roman from 2017 have now expired. Our prayers go out to Doja and her mother that they are physically and mentally well. And I pray that their brother Roman gets the help that he needs. It is apparent that there's something going on, and I hope and pray that it gets resolved. Y'all, this next topic, the airport brawl, went viral. I just had to show it, y'all. I just had to speak on this because it touched me. It really touched me. I could not understand it. And so, for those of you who don't know the backstory, a young woman was fired from her job at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta Airport, International Airport, for fighting with a coworker. The dispute began over espresso shots at Harvest and Grounds coffee shop in the airport. Two store managers, two of them, had to intervene and hold the woman back from attacking another employee. The woman attempted to throw a chair and later jumped over the service counter in the midst of the altercation. A video of the incident went viral on social media, gaining over 1.5 million views. The video, as you can see, shows the woman violently grappling with coworkers and slapping one in the face. The young woman is heard repeatedly yelling, "Give me my stuff." Y'all, I feel for this girl. I understand. I don't know the backstory to this, but y'all, I don't know. It's disturbing. And when I looked at the comments in on social media, a lot of people were commenting saying, just give her stuff back. And then this would have been avoided because, again, she's saying, give me my stuff. Now, y'all know, and maybe y'all don't know, there are HR policies that you have to follow. And these policies protect both the employee and the employer. And so 9 times out of 10, they are not going to allow you to go back and get your stuff. There are some companies that have a policy where you can go back to your desk with an assigned person to allow you to get your purse and like a jacket. And then the rest of your personal belongings, they throw in a box and they mail to you. But they don't usually let you go back and grab your stuff on your own because there's liability issues. They don't know what you're going to do when you go back. Maybe trash the place. But a lot of times they will have someone get your purse and your coat for you, and then they escort you out the door. You don't even, a lot of times, go back to your. And so the comments of, well, they should have let her go back and get her stuff, and this all could have been avoided, bothers me for several reasons. One of them is you're now telling the HR person or the manager that not to follow the HR policy, and that this all could have been avoided if they just would have let her go back. But let's flip it. What are you saying to other people? That if you go out and do this stuff, that it's okay for people to not follow rules? I mean, what happened to us not respecting authority? Like, you're telling this young lady that it's okay for you not to follow the rules because you're having a bad day. It's okay for her not to follow the rules because she's been through a lot. Why are we not telling her as a young lady, get in tune with your feelings. Learn how to control them. Learn how to confront, because there is an art to confrontation. There's a way to do it with some grace, and I wholeheartedly believe it's essential for women. I don't know where we have gone wrong, but we have gone wrong, ladies. There's like we don't do nothing with grace no more. Like, what happened? Why do we not respect authority? Why do we not believe that we don't have to follow the rules? Y'all know rules, regulations, policies are in place for a reason. And when we don't follow those, what do you get? Y'all know it. Chaos. And this is what we got. We got chaos. These are in place for a reason. How can you say it's okay for her, because she was having a bad day, not to follow the rules and regulations? But the next person that comes up behind her, oh, no, she has to. Like, that don't make sense. Instead of saying, y'all should have let her get her stuff, and that would have avoided this smackdown, this brawl. Instead of saying that, how about saying, baby girl, get in tune with your feelings. Learn the art of confrontation so that you can be smart and be wise, so that you can avoid being pushed down to the ground by your manager, so you can avoid social embarrassment. I'm sure she can't go nowhere without being noticed. All because she was in her feelings. And people are in the comment section just gassing her up, saying y'all could have avoided this. No, she could have avoided that. Why aren't we holding ourselves accountable for some of the things that we're doing? Why are we not? Where's the respect? Respect for the company, respect for the manager, respect for yourself. I don't know, fam. What is the sassiest comeback that you've used during a confrontation with someone? Me, my sassiest comeback was being quiet. I was mom's. Like, I didn't say anything because I wholeheartedly knew that person knew they was in the wrong. So I just sat and looked and didn't say anything. And it just it makes you stop and think. I mean, do you ever find yourself avoiding confrontations just to keep the peace? Or do you always stand your ground? Because I don't do a good job of confronting. I'm getting much better as I get older, because I always want to keep the peace. So I don't say a lot of times. I will sit there and I won't confront you a lot of times because I want to keep the peace. I want to keep you going. But that's not always the right way to do. And also, as I've gotten older, I have gained confrontational skills. I don't know, fam. Do you think that as you get older, that your confrontational skills has gone up? Yeah, me, definitely. And I also created a blog that discusses the art of confrontation. And of course, I got it in the link below. But check that out. And as a woman, we're often expected to be non-confrontational because we are women to walk around and be with grace. But again, you can confront with grace. And I think it's very essential as women that we learn this so that we don't get walked over. I mean, we just talked about the pay gap difference. I mean, that confronting your HR, confronting your manager of the pay difference. It's an art to it, and it's super essential for us as women. How do you think we should change the stereotype for women should be non-confrontational? Again, I don't agree that we shouldn't be non-confrontational. I just think that we should be able to do it with grace and with style. Fam, that's all that I have today. I want to thank you for tuning in today and watching. I wholeheartedly want you to share your thoughts and your experiences in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And most importantly, share this video with others. Don't be stingy. Share, baby. And I will see y'all next week.